When Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt, they must have felt electric, like hope and fear were walking side by side. Imagine this. These were people who had spent generations in chains, and suddenly, they were tasting freedom for the very first time. You can almost picture the mix of relief, exhaustion, and sheer disbelief on their faces as they left everything they'd ever known behind. But freedom didn't come quietly, because as they moved through the vast and forgiving wilderness, someone looked back and saw dust rising in the distance. It was Pharaoh's army, chariots, soldiers. The very people they had just escaped. Panic must have spread like wildfire through the crowd. And honestly, you can't blame them. In front of them was the Red Sea, wide, deep, and absolutely impossible to cross. Behind them was the most powerful army in the world, closing in fast. It felt like the worst kind of trap, a cruel joke where freedom was dangled just out of reach. Hope was fading, and fear was taking over. This was it. The end of the line. In that moment of pure terror, Moses stood before the people, steady voice, steady hands. He told them something simple, but so powerful: do not be afraid, stand firm, and watch what God will do. Then, Moses walked to the edge of the sea, lifted his staff. And something that no one could have ever imagined began to happen. The wind picked up sharp, strong, almost alive. It howled through the night, pushing against the water. The sea trembled. Then it started pulling apart. Walls of water rose on both sides, huge and towering, like blue mountains lit by the moon. And suddenly, where there was once an impassable barrier, a path appeared, dry ground. It wasn't quiet. It wasn't gentle. It was the kind of miracle that completely shatters your understanding of what's possible. The people stepped forward, first slowly, hesitantly, then with growing confidence, walking right through the middle of the sea. Their feet were on dry ground, with the sound of rushing water roaring above them. It must have been the most terrifying and exhilarating walk of their lives. By the time the last Israelite reached the other side, Pharaoh's army was thundering down the same path, determined to drag them back. But the moment the people were safe, Moses raised his staff one more time, and just like that, the walls of water collapsed, sweeping the chariots and the entire army away in a final, crashing wave. Silence followed, but this wasn't the silence of fear. It was the silence of pure. They had just witnessed the impossible become reality. What I love so much about this story is the profound lesson it holds for all of us. Sometimes, the path forward isn't visible until the exact moment you need it. Sometimes the obstacle right in front of you, the sea, the fear, the seemingly impossible thing, becomes the very place where a way is made for you. It's a powerful reminder that our perspective is limited. We see the dead end, but we don't always see the miracle that's waiting just beyond our fear. Think about it. Moses didn't part the sea because he was some kind of superhero with magical powers. He was just a man. He stepped forward because he believed a way could be made, even when no one else could see it. He held on to faith when everything screamed that it was hopeless. And sometimes, that's all courage really is. It's not the absence of fear. It's taking that next step, trusting that the path will appear right when you need it most. So whatever your Red Sea is today, that impossible challenge, that overwhelming fear, remember this story. Stand firm, don't be afraid, and be ready to watch a way be made where there was no way before. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that inspires. See you next time.